Cool. Hi, everyone. I'm quite soft-spoken, so if you can't hear me, just wave at me. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm also very nervous. This is called Contracted Hours or Contracted Hours. I confess as the weather, ambivalent waters taken from the balmless description that glosses neither fate nor servant, nor the burning out of proximate histories exhausted dropped in culture catching modular complications spraining the ankles of our foolish short-haired spring bloating at each strike of the pint-pouring faculty whose condition is the wash of what will be withheld, at each working insecurity, but this protracted unity cannot be explained or exclaimed at the risk of its combative and chaotic mismanagement's fearful bolting horse. Is the eye such an O that we can say the shape? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sorry. Is the eye such an O that we can say the shape of its window is retinal fragment as it stands on the grounds of being in the flow of an ever aggregate, aggravating, gated security hold, while water swells with sickly catching up to its own speed, and there's roadworks now and scaffolding when last time I walked this way it was just massive puddles where we are all pressed together in departed overlap that overhears children of the present emptied out by name, and by name make an economy of thrown up air whipped tinny and sharp, cohort of bed heightened disgust with this time as it swells with rainwater to seal our convenience with this big foil pigeon crisp packet. Strained ankle short steps, the foundation available is given valuation assessment, sitting pressed up against the provocative relevant envy while the figure of ambiguity does not climb the stair or sit on the roof universalizing its unheard ambition, to haunt the liability claim, to clasp hands and dilapidate centers, weatherless, hopeless this time of cop, politician, celebrity or boss, torsos and tunnels of their most swollen extortions, to start the repair of the swell and the swell of the weather, hardly high enough to see contractual misleadings. At the unsigned grid whose sharp sheath becomes the mouth concern, can you please send me some sort of undeserved position at which I owe the aching hours that accumulate my life? And this is called Second Movement, and it has a quote from Tazaki Shange from starting it, which is, "Go on and live my life for me. I didn't want certain moments at all. I'd give them to anybody." Fear arpeggiatic, the sounds they must have heard when macropolitic atmosphere descended, changed its colors. Safety attempted, free time, automated extracted secrets. Branding scares me, explains endings buzzing flutter around the work. It is very, very personal, waiting for the day that everything will not be a constraint against the loss of about. Could I waste my life? What would he say or want? Sacrifice scale tremble at the first measure, melodic tool without ideas, listening, leaping, something upper register, gilding the language that flattened noses, good at endings. The shores of Zone 1, unarranged attention shatters street symbol. This energetic rotation of meaning is things passion. The experiment will tell us whether it's safe to go back and for who. Totally useless to be or to do. Don't you think you should have started already to collect dust or whatever it is you people eat? This section in compound time for some reason. A worry type of thought. Tinker. Just one of these thoughts at a time, and they are very, very sorry, but I cannot be kept, although the work has been excellent. 3 cuts in the fight on camera. Weird half voice, an insult of money, the same scale that coiled hair in what is called court, the house still its same pale double, door walker, thins out, blocks itself, text completely. The flit starts to lift and then mineral light rendering passive so Zimbaka can invent the world by borrowing it from the collection. A bit more time, shearing the inverted passage, constraint that I do not need, notation against the tying, tapping, squaring off of these the men defend forever. I cannot just be here to be happy. Fingernail breaks semi-brief, dotted quarter note, counts out the rest out of the rests, expecting winter, it learns to tremble. Tomorrow, interview domestic space opening through solid window cuts fear that words might be wrong, and I fear all images. Throw hard ballot right into screaming ballot box sirens. My personality run out of options, cannot make any more choices. There is only one left, and it is not for a life too big to maintain. Sublet decimation, antiphonal why should the use pass through me, through who I am, what I have seen, the sounds I must have heard. Sorry. No insight, of course. They expect you to pay for that. Slowly, exactly. The packages come very quickly now. And this is called Sorry Bramble. And yeah, I'll start with a quote from an American poet called Dan Shapiro. He says, "The sky is a picture of being sorry. The sky is a picture of being sorry." Prophetic, I mean pathetic, sorry. Uprooted ashes smoke, snow off peak and at the edge of buildings, burn, corrodes their concrete glass, sorry city, sorry steel, no money, sorry. I think money white as snow across sorriest city. Money is footsteps, I mean, as I steal across the city, it casts its net, the big smoke, no smile that cracks a smile, no wait, a big joke. Isn't this all a little silly? Sorry, a little citizen. No, a little dizzy, a bit choked, a bit of a dream. All this pollution. Sorry, this potential. No, it's poison, a bit of moneyish time. Spending our hard times, I guess. The best guess is sorry. Floorboard boring like a profit or a promise, sorry. The offer in the dark, sorry park. The dark makes the park sorry, sorrier, snowier. Alpine, no, Ipine, no, opening, no, I mean snow. No, I said yes, sorry. Bulging burgess, bushes, bramble, there's Snow City now. No, there, right there, circle back, back. Turn, sorry, no, you have to earn it. What if I can only earn it? Sorry, I'm afraid. Scared and sorry and snowy, snow-ish. No-esque, no adjacent. Is that rain? The biggest no. The sorriest sorrying prophecy. Sorry, no profiting, no positing. Yes, no, I don't know. Please, please snow now. Burn away the roof. It's gonna be flat anyway. The safest place to steal in the dark. Away. No, anyway, it's gonna be flat. It'll all go fast. No. Sorry, they already sold them, stole them, I mean caught them. They already cast their net, their characters, sorry, sorrier and sorriest, and the snow, of course. I mean, they know, of course they know. They know now already who's coming and who's going, who's got to go, and sorry. Some of us have just got to go, and how can we stay, really? It's too dark. The dark is sorry. Sorry, sorry, it's dark, snow. Ash, dark, is a wish of ash. Ash the earth, so nothing, sorry. So nothing, no, grow nothing can reap. No, so nothing reaps what nothing grows. Sorry, sows, look, it's hard to control, sorry. Imagine the growth, the healing, the snare, no care, sorry. The self-snare, see, some of us really have got to snow. Okay, this is my last one. It's from like a longer poem that I'm writing, just it's like a bit of it. It's called Weather, and this time I'm gonna start with Audre Lorde, who says, "What do we want from each other after we have told our stories?" Against my features, shadows chase amplified confinement. They are stuck here, and with them, the frightened alphabet that they have drawn against my face in permanent markers. The color bleeds right through the brick, and its tertiary reversal scrapes and laughs, fingering the pages of its moisturizing factors, crisp, white, and hydrophobic, permeating the gendered expressions of its unbladed tail end. Even amongst friends, the shine of a coin settles. The messages pass from cup to cup until the rawness of all our strumming leaves us in drifting hollow shade. The rivers made of water, although it was too late by the time we realized this. The masks tend to warp the bridge as they move from room to room, leaving behind them great piles of broken furniture. The tapping is distorted by this tension. Its claimants are overdue, and I can no longer read the arrival. Night is followed by a brushing of hourly fingertips. I was glad that you turned up. I couldn't believe where I was, and in being where I was, I couldn't be sure whether I agreed with what was going on, but it's okay to be fleeting, unconcerned, and thrown by the laughter of our steps down the corridor, the promise of that danger. There's no reaching for the cooing of the throat, no subdued anxiety, just the new river gently shifting my understanding of this place and its residual elimination of what cannot be found without walking into the water. I'll make it out of life. That slightly sweaty stage of hair tangled up in carpet, out of sweat being arranged in a fantasy of cracked knuckles, and once there, against the highway of that time, will no longer look through glass but finally grasp what the cobalt gloss refuses. Jesus Christ. Sorry. The other night, you could hear the emboldening of our improvisations, the noticing of our flesh, the little bits of it that we now own. Coagulation is perhaps the wrong word since the move is one of possession and misguided frequencies that stretch across the corpus of the group, showing up as my tendency to diffuse the work of seasons. Do you remember when we lived next to the daylight of the overground platform, and only certain things could happen in that room where the window faced people waiting for the train? Unfixed from the super vividness of those mistakes, the shortened arc demanded memories, and we took them from the clouds that wouldn't stop shining beneath my eyes. It is not possible to know how to dress for this weather. That window is more glimpse than glimmer, really, reappearing through the new photo atmosphere. There must be something else in the lens than refusing to focus the gift of what has already been given to the sullen faces against the window. The forever of that something pressing against the velocity of the gap opening between us, a vector that captures our conversations as they move from the tired thoughts of our complicated clambering. Subtle grief converts and the map narrows again, as if to allow the recovery of all dreams. Perhaps dreams were the aggressors we'd heard the other night. It is only on waking that reassurance captures the blame of half-veiled hanging, as if it were veiling or halving that terrified us in the first place. Barely a bow on the sky or the streaming, a cloudless station. I wake to the pulling of my strings, to the imprecision of music. Cool, thank you very much.